Welcome to the VHS Bandits podcast. This week, we're joined by Mike from the Video Ranges podcast, and we watched Vice Academy. Let's pop in the tape.
Hi, how you doing?
He's doing fine. Hey, I'm busy, so why don't you find your own block?
Listen, whatever she's charging you, I'll do the same and throw in a continental breakfast.
What?
Continental breakfast?
That's right. I'll make it all by myself.
Hey, look, what are you looking for tonight? A good time or a short order cook?
What comes with this breakfast?
Eggs, muffins, and fresh squeezed juice.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
I'll make them any way you like them. Hard-boiled, scrambled, or over easy.
Hey, look, honey, I'm sorry your waitress job laid you off, but this is my block.
Enterprise is the American way. Which one of us?
All right, I'll throw in a dozen donuts.
Please?
Whatever she's charging you, I'll do it for $10 less.
Why, now that's hitting below the belt.
Well, how much are you?
Well, I'm usually $40, but I'll make an exception and do it for 30. What do you think of that?
Okay, we're vice cops.
You're under arrest.
What?
I don't know how to cook any of those things either.
Oh, you stinking piece of trash! You tricked me. You'll never win away with this.
Save it for the judge.
And now, our feature presentation.
All right, welcome back to that VHS Bandits podcast, everybody. We're here with me and Topher Hansen, and sorry, I forgot. I was like, how do we do the intro again? Who says first? Because I don't know. But so I'm Topher Hansen. With me, as always, is
train
and special guest from the Video Ranges podcast. You say your name now?
Oh, it's Mike Ranger.
Mike Ranger. Flawless intro.
I'm so
Flawless
sorry,
intro.
guys.
No, I fucked it up. You have nothing to apologize for.
Oh, no, I'll
except for
apologize
showing
for the
us
movie.
Vice Academy. Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
This is just an omen of things to come here.
Yeah. So we watched Vice Academy. Do you want to tell us why you picked this movie?
I have no good reason. It was just simply like, you guys had it?
You wanted to sabotage our podcast.
No, not at all.
Because the Video Rangers have it out for the VHS Bandits.
Oh my God, I'm so fucking sorry.
We're going to go on your podcast and show you Vice Academy 2.
Please do.
Or
anytime.
3, 4, 5, or 6.
Is that really that many Vice Academies? Because at the end it says the most likely to go towards a sequel. I was like, no way they made a sequel to this shit.
Dude, I can't believe they made 5
Let alone
sequels to this.
5.
Ridiculous.
That's
They
incredible.
must have
Crazy.
just devolved into actual porno movies by the 6th.
No, that's actually what they talk about is how I've seen interviews with this director where he says like that his movies showed less nudity and ended up doing better in straight-to-video sales.
Jesus Christ.
That's horse shit. I don't believe
Right?
that for a
yeah,
second.
I don't buy that. I don't buy that.
Oh, it's so terrible.
Ugh.
So yeah, why did you, or do you want us to tell us a little bit about yourself? Or I'm sure we have a lot of crossover listeners out there. We kind of came up at the same time. Like you guys popped up, and this is a long time coming. We both watch shitty movies often. And
Oh no, it's great because when I found you guys, it was like, holy, they're doing this just like us, and they're actually better than us, and they're picking like you guys were picking like the shit. You guys were picking the shit that I really wanted. When I first saw you guys, and I saw My Pet Monster,
oh,
I nearly came in my pants. I mean, it was.
here it
I
is
was
right
like,
here.
Here we go.
That's fucking awesome, man.
Always
I
buy
rented
my TV.
the shit out of that movie. That and Garbage Pail Kids were like my go-to as a kid.
Oh man, that's another one. That one, oof, Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh yeah, they're terrible, but like as a kid,
Yeah.
it was amazing.
I remember, so like when we started doing the show, we, T-Man and I, like we were like, hey, we love to watch movies and maybe we should do a maybe we should do something where like we record ourselves watching movies or whatever. And at the time, like I never listened to any podcast, and I was like, podcast? Who the hell's going to listen to us talk about these stupid movies?
What in the devil's a podcast?
You know? And then so we started doing the show, and then you got in touch, and I was like, holy shit, somebody listens to us? What? Somebody else who also does a show about movies? Like, whoa, crazy. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to give you guys a listen. And like, you guys are exactly like us. And I'm like, holy shit, this is great. And you guys do all the same kind of shitty movies that we watch.
I know. And it's funny. And we're only like 2.5 hours apart. That's like the funniest
crazy.
part.
You know?
I've been in Worcester a shitload of times. Man.
Really? What?
Yeah,
to
man.
go to the Palladium or something? That's
No,
usually why.
I just knew people that were going to Holy Cross.
Yeah,
Oh, no
that's the other
kidding.
reason.
You know, and that's how you end up in Worcester. How else do you end up there? It's like
Palladium or Holy Cross.
Yeah.
That's
people only
it.
come to fucking Newburgh if you want crack.
We got that in Worcester. We're fine.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it. It's crazy.
I've seen it.
Oh man, yeah. So like, yeah. I mean, literally. I mean, you know, we've had other podcasts get in touch with us and be like, yeah, you guys are great, and you know, I like listening to you, and vice versa. But like, I've been like so tight chatting with you for like the last couple of years, and like, you know, we've sent, you know, some movies back and forth, and we've had like a really good relationship. It's been a wicked long time coming to get you on the show. And it's
man.
It's always been that thing of like, all right, what are we gonna watch? And obviously, you know, I know
It
you're
comes
such,
down to Vice Academy.
well, yeah, I mean, like it's like, you know,
It's
I
fitting.
love sex comedies, you love sex comedies, and so for all you guys listening, what I did was I literally took a picture of every single tape that I own, sent it over to Mike, and said, if you have a copy too, let's do a movie that you want to do. And you're like, I have Vice Academy. It's like, all right, screw it, let's do it. You know?
Oh, dude, I figured it was going to be like, you know, all right, you got Miami Vice meets Police Academy. How bad could it be?
There you go.
1989, usually a good sign, right? You
How
know,
bad
like,
could it be? Well, let's
Spoiler, bad.
yeah.
So,
Horrendous.
so you got a tape copy of this too, there, right, Mike?
I did. I had like a fucking taped off of HBO copy.
Oh, even better. That's
Ooh,
awesome.
Nice.
That is awesome.
So have you seen this before?
No, I'd never seen it before. I would have never told you guys to watch this ever.
Oh, okay. All right. Now just
That's
let's
quite
pump the
all right.
brakes. Let's
We
pump the
haven't
bra-
watched like a legit bad movie in a while. I feel
Oh.
like we've liked most of the movies we've
Well,
seen recently.
The last movie I really struggled with was definitely Terror Tunes.
Yeah, that was
and
a while ago.
I think watching Vice Academy for me was a more pleasant experience than watching Terror Tunes, especially for the second time.
Nah,
So-
Terror Tunes is better.
I don't know about that. But
There's no bitmap green screen in this movie,
yeah, I didn't need it.
unfortunately.
Can I just I gotta all right, so just real quick, so Mike, now knowing what we know about Vice Academy, if you could go back in time and pick another movie for us to watch, what would it be?
All right. You know what? Like, I honestly wanted to pick something that was like something common when you're collecting VHS, something that kind of stands out, you know, like people go for a My Pet Monster, you go for a Peanut Butter Solution, you go for Sleepaway Camp, shit like that, you know,
Right.
like, and I looked at what you had already done and everything, and I was like, oh, Vice Academy, I've never seen it. It's got to be somewhat okay. I probably would have went with, I don't know, man. We Think Big. You guys ever see Think Big?
No,
No.
what is that?
All right, it's with
Is that
the
a big ripoff?
No, it's with the Barbarian twins.
Oh, yeah,
and they're driving a truck.
Okay,
And-
I've seen
yeah.
their other movie where they're cops.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
Yeah.
terrible '90s clothes.
It's pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know, or maybe I guess if we're gonna go sex comedy, what would I go with? Something like Cave Girl or Tommy Boy, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Or Tomboy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not Tommy Boy. Sorry.
Tomboy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys already did Meatballs 3, man. So
Yeah,
you gotta,
it-
Jesus
And
Christ, another piece of shit.
Hey, and you've already done.
Meatballs 3.
You already
You
did.
and Dane are the only two people that like that movie.
You've already covered the ultimate best sex comedy on the planet, Hamburger the Motion Picture. So we
Oh,
couldn't
that
do
was-
that.
Dude, I actually was gonna ask you, like, hey, should we just do that? Well, we'll do it for your show. That'd be good.
Well, okay. See, I thought about that, and I was like, nah, because you already talked about it. You know, so hey, you know.
Yeah, but that was like our 4th episode. We were fucking awful back then, like really bad.
So you would do like a retrospective, maybe?
Oh yeah, if we could
Retrospective
redo,
anniversary.
if we could redo our first 10 episodes, we totally would do it.
Well, I'll tell you what, dude. If and when we get around to doing Hamburger the Motion Picture, I should get you. We'll get you back on that.
Oh,
that
totally.
One, you know?
I would
We'll
love to do that. That's
Um,
a fantastic movie, man.
Oh, dude, it's like in one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time, hands down.
Yeah.
I love that movie to death.
and
I haven't
didn't-
seen it.
I didn't even know about it. Chris told me about it.
Oh, really?
Chris Ranger, yeah. His brother had rented it because he has brothers that are like 10 years older than him. So, he was exposed to some stuff like really early that I didn't find out about till later. And he told me about this movie. This is like about 10 years ago. He tells me like, oh, there's this movie called Hamburger the Motion Picture. And I was like, fuck you. They didn't make a movie called, and I looked it up on eBay and it was like a VHS copy. It was going for like $20. So and I was a dick back then. I was just buying shit. So I bought it. But what a pleasant surprise.
Oh, man. Yeah, I bought my copy, I think, off of Amazon a long time. I had already seen Hot Dog, the movie, and then
Yeah.
I found out that the same guy did Hamburger, and I love the cover
Yeah.
so much. And yeah, I think I paid like $8 for it or something like that at the time. It was fucking worth every penny.
Oh,
To
yeah,
me,
dude.
hands down. I can never ever get rid of that. I'll be buried with that tape. I like that movie so much. It's
Great,
so
great
good.
movie. It is
So
good,
good.
man. And it's got a hamburger bed. in it.
Yeah.
There's a hamburger bed.
If I could back up in time real quick, I know we haven't even fucking talked about Vice Academy yet. If I could back up real quick, we're gonna go in the DeLorean real quick, everybody out there in podcast land. Way back in the day, we're talking like 10 plus years ago, right? In the infancy of YouTube, we're talking maybe around 2006-ish, give or take.
Yeah.
As all me and T-Man and KevBot, like we've always like had a thing for VHS, even before it was like collectible or whatever. Like we just always had a thing for the format. And back in the day when like YouTube was new, I just would like type in VHS to be like, oh, is anybody else like talking about tapes? Because at the time I was doing like, I only made like 2 or 3 episodes. I did a review show called VHS Rewind, and I think that might even still be up on YouTube. I don't know, but I was looking up, and then there's this guy on there who's doing things about his VHS collection called Indiana Travolta, and it's this dude who's got like this black leather jacket, wearing these fucking boxing gloves, and he goes, "Yo, hey, this is fucking Vice Academy. This movie fucking sucks. This is a sex comedy." He sounds exactly like Andrew Dice Clay, and I'm a fucking huge Andrew Dice Clay fan. And he's like, "Yo, we're gonna watch this space movie. Space sucks." And, and he's like, "Oh, hey, and this movie over here, this is Meatballs 2. See, I got a poster of it in the back. Hey, Meatballs 2, this movie's fucking great." And there was like a bunch of these videos. I was like, "Oh, this guy gets it. I'm like, fucking, this guy's awesome." And then he disappears off the face of the earth. And
God.
Here we are, years later, and I've been talking to Mike for like at least for about 2 years. Next thing I know, he tells me he's Indiana Travolta. And I was like,
Dun, dun, dun.
no way. Oh, man, it's coming full circle. Wow.
Oh, my God.
Unbelievable.
So can you give us Indiana Travolta's take on Vice Academy?
Hey, how you doing there? This is Indiana Travolta, and we're watching Vice Academy, and it's fucking terrible. Oh my God! If I could throw it in the garbage would throw it back to me. Holy shit! This
my
fucking movie was
God.
so bad. If it was raining pussy, I'd get hit in the face with a fucking dick.
Oh,
Oh my God.
oh, shit.
Oh God, dude! I cannot believe you actually have seen that.
Oh, man.
It started out I was really just making fun of the guys that were collecting DVDs on YouTube and showing you what they bought every day. I was like, oh, they're buying DVDs. I was like, I'll make a whole spoof thing and I'll buy VHS and like, you know, and I was seriously going out and getting more and more VHS because I grew up with it. I have hundreds of tapes at my parents' house, but me and my brothers, we destroyed the covers, you know, so I only have the tapes. So I couldn't do a video with just the tape. You need the box. That's the whole thing. Yeah. So I was I was getting hammered on the price of those because VHS was actually still a format when I was, you know, so I got some of those tapes for like $8 a tape, you know, and it's like, oh, fuck. Now you can get them for like $1.
Yeah.
Unless it's horror. If it's a horror fucking tape, you're fucked.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Unbelievable, man.
But
that's great.
It is so good to have Indiana Travolta, the man from my YouTube past, on the show doing a cameo. So,
wow.
Dude, you should talk to Chris Ranger because he hates Indiana Travolta.
He hates everything.
Dude, I know he does. But he would look at me and he'd be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You're living in your parents' basement. You're making pizzas, and you come home, and your dad's in the next room watching TV, and you got his high school coat on with a fucking, you know, like, oh god,
oh
man.
Yeah.
Nothing to be embarrassed about, man. I go down my basement while my wife is upstairs, and I put on that friggin' Super Dracula costume, and I pull out the VHS camera. I'm like, hey there, you little bloodsuckers. Ooh, I'm gonna give away a tape on the VHS Bandits podcast. Ooh, you know. So.
But it's so good, dude. I love that you do that because that reminds me of the shit that we used to see on, you know, like those movie like shows with the host and like Fright Night, like that whole thing. And you don't see that shit anymore, man.
You're a huge fan of USA Up All Night. So,
love USA. My whole movie collection is that's where it comes from, man. Yeah. The worse it is, the more I have to fucking watch it. I'm so sorry about Vice Academy. I really do apologize.
Yeah, let's get into why don't you read? You've got the box in front of you?
I don't have a box for mine.
You don't have a box. How about all right? You go over the box then.
So the front of this, you got you know, it says Linnea Quigley, Ginger Lynn Allen, and you know, it kind of they make it look like it's basically police academy. You got the same font, like a police car, and they're holding up guns and have badges and all stuff. It says where nice girls become vice girls, and it's a Prism release nonetheless. Rated R. Mine has a bunch of these little like grocery stickers that say grocery $3.83. So I don't know if this movie costs $3.83 or I don't know. Still has the cellophane on it, which is cool. On the back, you got a cartoon picture of a badge, and you got all the main characters on the front, and it says, "These sexy rookies are always hot to lay down the law." So it says. Dee Dee, Linnea Quigley, and Holly, Ginger Lynn Allen, are the new breed of Vice Academy recruits. Two sexy, supercharged femme fatales who are spicing up the streets. Though a little short on brawn and proper police procedure, they'll do almost anything to make graduation. Going undercover to break up a porno ring, a drug connection in a notorious house of prostitution. These rookies have all the seductive attributes to keep themselves above suspicion, but not out of trouble. It's a comedy of sexy shenanigans as the girls bungle their way, Mr. Bungle their way through their cases, not through their asses. Dee Dee falls for a hunky porno star. Well, Holly needs her police chief father to help her pin two derelict drug dealers.
I'm trying to do the song at the. There's the only one song in the movie, and that's my best recollection of what it is.
Or whatever you want to call it.
The, like Cartoon Network theme song or whatever it was.
They join forces to make a clean sweep of the underworld, but their valiant efforts may make them miss their own graduation.
Like kidnapping and raping a man.
It's color, 90 minutes. It's a comedy sometimes. This is 1988.
That's what they say.
It's written, produced, and directed by Rick Sloan.
He should be ashamed.
Rick Sloan for the first of 6
That's
times.
a good porno director name.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
He's got to be a porno director, right?
Dude, he did all 6 of these.
Right,
All
but like
6.
before this, do you think he was directing porno?
I don't know. On the IMDb, it says he directed Hobgoblins.
Oh, no way.
Ooh, okay,
Yeah.
that's a movie I can get behind.
That's one I like.
Yeah.
Kind
More
of.
Cover's
rip-off
really nice
movies.
on that one.
Oh boy.
Yep.
So oh god, Vice Academy. Here we go.
Here we go.
Okay, so real quick, there was a trailer on this tape, which was for Assault of the Party Nerds.
Oh my god, that looked worse than this
really?
movie.
I have Assault of the Party Nerds, and it's worse than Vice Academy.
There's no nerds in it.
There's
They're like cool guys.
what?
I hate when they do that.
Yeah, no, they just called it party nerds or whatever just to get, rip off Revenge of the Nerds. But like they're not nerdy.
No,
They're
not
like
at all.
Ripped,
No.
and they have a cool sorority or fraternity rather.
Yeah, they in
Whatever,
the
it
movie.
looked like crap.
The only connection is I think it's also a Prism release, and it was it did have Linnea Quigley in it, but I don't think she showed off any skin in that movie. I don't remember. I remember there was very few party hats in that movie, but then again, there's very few party hats in this movie.
I mean, there's a few.
Yeah.
And then this movie starts right away. It's like Revenge of the Party Nerds or whatever the fuck. And then this movie starts with these two Joe Blows sitting in a parking lot of a diner, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 24 hours. But
Don't forget about them barbecue sandwiches.
and I'm like, this is the longest trailer and nothing is happening, but it's the movie. Because there's no like intermediate between the trailer. Like there's no now our feature presentation. Like there's none of that.
No.
It just goes right into the movie. And I mean, for all I know, this is an hour and a half trailer for Vice Academy, and
right.
not the actual movie.
Could be.
Dude, these guys are the worst fucking drug dealers ever.
And the worst
Yeah, what are they
actors ever
doing?
too.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
They're-
that too.
Yeah.
Well, the guys,
And-
the guy
and
calls him
I don't know if
Babe.
you guys noticed. The guy that's wearing the blue coat in this fucking movie with like the fucking ponytail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As the movie progresses, watch how shitty his face starts to look. Like the coke is really fucking him up, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he really looks like shit by the end of this movie.
Oh man.
I believe it. It's like, what was that movie, Death Stalker 3, where the guy's clearly on cocaine in that one scene. He's like freaking out.
That's
right. Go back and listen to that episode if you want that stuff.
So you got these two drug dealers, and they're dealing some coke, and one guy calls him Babe, and the guy's like, "Hey, don't call me Babe. We talked about this." Oh, that's right. We talked about this. I'll never call
Wait,
you
are they
that
supposed
again.
to be gay lovers?
No, I just think that's drug dealing talk.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't want to call your drug dealer babe.
Like, remember
Doesn't
back in
work.
the 80s when they call people bubby?
Hans.
That's when
Hans,
everyone was a
bubby, I'm your
Jewish
knight in shining
grandmother.
armor. So this chick shows up driving a Porsche, and she's like, "I want to have a party. I got money for a party." And kind of find out she's
And they're like, get the fuck out of here.
she's a Vice Academy in training student.
Yeah, she's
who
the
arrests these
daughter
people.
of the police chief, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That girl?
She was meant to look like a hooker, I think.
Everybody in this movie looks like a hooker.
That's right.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Hey,
And
Mike,
then she's like, I want a party. And then these guys are trying to sell drugs. And she's like, hey, can I buy some drugs? And they're like, no, you can't buy drugs from our drug dealers. That doesn't make any sense. What are they waiting for? They're trying to sell drugs. This girl wants to buy drugs.
This was a terrible drug deal. I mean, this had
They must be new.
This had failure all over it.
And then they get busted.
And then we go to the police academy. I'm sorry, that's not a police academy.
The Vice Academy.
Vice
Jeez,
Academy.
Don't
And
get us sued.
There's like 10, 12 people in this entire. They show an exterior shot of the building. It's this big like brick building. They go inside and it's like one classroom with like road signs all around it. Like if you thought it was like
a driver's ed class.
Yeah, it was driver's school.
So
Vice driver school.
They're all girls except one dude, and they all look like they don't belong there. They all act like they don't care to be there, like they're in high school. You know, like shooting spitballs at each other.
Why are they signing up to be vice cops when they clearly do not give a shit about it?
Yeah.
And then the main characters show up late as if they're like supposed to be like these funny slackers or whatever, but like then they're actually trying. I don't fucking get this movie, dudes. I don't know.
Dude, it's written by a retarded person. I don't understand what they were thinking. It was like they clearly saw a few cop movies. By this time, by 1989, you've got Police Academy. You've got movies like, I think The Underachievers is out already, and shit like that, Night Patrol. Yeah. You've got these quirky police slacker movies, and it's just, I think the problem is here, this movie was made for $3.
Obviously.
$1 million isn't going to fix the script.
Oh, no, it's not, but at least maybe get a good looking camera. I don't know. Something to make Lena Quigley not look like she just got hit by a dump truck.
She looks very tired in this movie.
She always
got
looks
like
tired.
These big bags under her eyes and stuff. She
looks like she's shooting 4 movies at the same time.
She was.
Probably felt that way. I feel like this movie probably didn't have like, the best coordination and scheduling.
She's probably shooting this.
They have to shoot when driver's ed is out, and that could be any time of the night.
Oh,
who knows?
You're right.
It probably in between that and shooting Assault of the Party Nerds. Who knows?
Yeah.
So
follows it up with Slime Bowl-orama.
Oh, yeah,
Sorority Babes.
That movie sucks too.
It does, but I think I would prefer to watch that over this.
Oh yeah.
Not by much.
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, all right. So yeah, my wicked good buddy on the Instagram, Matt Awkward VHS Fiend, made me a boot of Sorority Girls and Slimeball Bowl-orama, which I totally thought was awesome. But the movie's not that good.
No, it looks like it was shot in the dark.
Yeah,
the whole time.
The only good part about the movie is Uncle Impy, the puppet. That's the only good part of the movie. But anyway, enough about Slimeball Bowl-orama. We're talking about Vice Academy today, unfortunately. So
do we have to?
And the teacher of this class, she's just a stuck-up bitch. I don't get what anybody's motivations are, because she's like wants these people to fail. She doesn't want them to graduate.
That's every teacher in every movie or every sex comedy. They hate the kids.
Yeah, but they just showed up late to one class.
That's true.
Like really the extent of
this whole big Vice Academy. She seems to be the only teacher in the whole Vice Academy.
Oh yeah, she's Captain Harris apparently.
That's it. Yeah, and so you kind of see sort of like these sort of montages of them doing cops training, like where they do a thing where they kick a guy in the nuts and everybody kicks a guy in the nuts, and they're going through an obstacle course and they have to like shoot a target. And
like I think that nut kicking joke could have been funny. Like there's a lot of like jokes that I feel probably worked in the script, and that was one of them.
I feel like
that's guys getting kicked in the nuts. It's funny. It can be funny.
I feel like,
especially if there's a train of people kicking this dude in the nuts, but they just filmed it in this weird way, and they were clearly nowhere near his nuts.
And you hear like this like hitting tin sound, dink, dunk, dink.
Yeah, it's very cartoony.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But what I liked about the scene, if there's anything positive to take away from it, when she brings the only guy character that's in the class, by the way.
Yeah,
the only guy with the other girl, I think, Shawnee.
Yeah.
And they try to demonstrate how you should handle being with like a hostile like being a victim with a gun pointed at you.
Right.
She's like, what would you do to take his guns away? She just pulls out her tits, which I 100% agree with.
I'm not. I'd give her my gun.
Oh,
Right?
sure.
Plow, plow.
So,
I mean, that's a distraction. Clever.
see that
And then you kick him in the nuts.
that's the one thing that's the one thing why kids in middle school would have rented this movie for in the first place.
Yeah, no, if I was in middle school, I would have loved this movie. Or
Oh,
at least
yeah.
loved a few scenes. I would have liked it a lot better, I think.
See, I think this is one of those movies that I would have saw at 14 and been highly disappointed with.
Really?
Yeah, because
So
I
I
would
think
have
there's
been like,
enough
what- I-
titties to keep my attention as a 14-year-old.
See, I think the titties are so few and far between.
True.
I mean, it's 3 in the morning. You got your pants at your ankles, and you're just waiting every 45 minutes for a tit scene.
yeah,
I
it's-
guess.
it's no loose screws with his
No.
party hats
No, it's
frequently. You
That's
know?
true. There could be more titties. I agree there. But I don't think there was
Or a higher
certain
variety
lack.
because we only saw two. Ginger Lynn doesn't even show her boobies in this movie,
no.
and she's
You
she's
probably
the
got to
porn
pay her
star.
extra for that.
You know?
And the sex scenes are very like they're just. It doesn't even look like they're having sex when
No,
they do.
oh
do
my
it.
God, it is so frightening the way Lana Quigley is like consensually having sex with this man that she kidnapped and chained to her bed. She's like
She's delirious.
like someone let a bobcat out of a trash can or something that was rolled down a hill. It's insane.
Yeah, she got rabies.
She's got
rabies.
laundry aids.
Yeah, and her underwear doesn't quite fit. Just saying.
Yeah.
It's like a size too big.
Floppy underwear was big in the 80s.
Yeah, it was. Well, you needed
Nice
the extra
Big
room for
hair,
the
big
muff.
pants. You know?
That's right.
Yeah. You needed the extra room.
Yeah. There's a couple extra inches at the time.
She's got to try and store pedophile ring files in those underpants.
That's
That's why they're
right.
so big.
What the fuck was that? That joke I actually thought was halfway decent, though.
You
You
think
think-
so? I think
Yeah.
it was just, I mean, if they shot it differently, it could have worked. Again, like, it's like a Zoolander joke. Like, oh, the files are in the computer. Like, it could have been something along
Yeah.
the lines of
Yeah.
that, but it's
I-
just
I-
like, she like doesn't commit to it. She like takes the thing and they're like, hide
Yeah.
the files. And she like goes, meh, no, it's not going to
Yeah.
work there.
Lena Quigley's so tired. She looks so tired.
She just wants to go home. I feel bad.
I
Just send
feel-
her home.
I
Let
feel
her
like
sleep.
every joke in this movie would have worked perfectly in a Naked Gun Leslie Nielsen movie, but none of
Yeah,
them
if
worked
someone
in this
else
movie.
if someone else directed it, I'm sure they would have.
Like the whole punch in the nuts. I mean, the whole like knee to the nuts thing. Like that would have worked great in
100%.
in another movie. You know?
Yeah.
Well, dude, a budget and directing talent makes a huge difference.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
Sure.
I
I think the budget was fine. Like, I mean, like the production value, yeah, it sucks, but you can still get a funny joke across if you direct it correctly, you know?
you could, but this is
And
like
like a-
borderline a trauma movie.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah, but
not as
trauma
harsh.
movies are still funny.
Well, yeah,
Sometimes.
that's true. That's true.
I'm so glad I had Taco Bell to go with this movie. That was a stellar pairing for this movie. I had the triple layer quesadilla, big box,
Quesadillo.
$5 quesadillo box, quesadiarrhea box. You know. So
This movie's gonna give me a case of diarrhea.
so I guess the whole point of this movie is that even though they don't even have their badges and they're legally
still
can't arrest
arrest
people,
people.
they have a quota of so many people that they have to arrest out on the concrete jungle, out on the streets, so that way they can graduate by a certain day. So
How ridiculous is that?
And they
just,
say
like-
there's no quotas in police work.
I know.
Vice
Dude,
Academy just blew this case wide open.
that's what's funny. This movie is written clearly by somebody who has no idea how any of this shit works. You know?
Yeah. That's
It's hilarious. You would never. This wouldn't be a thing. They wouldn't send fucking,
Yeah, bust up this. Hey, you 18-year-olds in the police academy, go bust up this international prostitute ring or whatever.
Yeah, they wouldn't put you on the streets at all. And you know,
you'd be
another
doing
thing,
paperwork as soon as you graduate, probably 5 years before you even see a police car.
what I'm curious about is every girl in the movie is dressed like a prostitute. Is
All the
that
time.
like, is that the uniform because they're undercover? I don't get it. They all look like cheap whores.
Yeah. I think that must be. I mean, I live in Los Angeles and I see cheap whores all the time. I just assume they're police women now after seeing this movie, right?
Yeah.
I would
If
think
this
so.
academy has taught me anything, it's that cheap whores are police officers.
I just got done watching Angel a couple weeks ago, and then she was a hooker on the boulevard.
Oh yeah.
She was dressed just like this.
There you go.
Another movie I haven't seen yet.
It's a lot better than this.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble following it because, like, honestly, I tuned out a lot watching this movie.
I had to watch it twice, guys. I had to watch it twice.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I felt so bad. Because I fell asleep last night watching it. And I was like, I can't go on these guys' show. And like, I submitted this piece of shit movie. I got to know what the fuck it's about.
You gotta watch
I
this
still
piece of
don't
shit.
know.
Yeah.
But I mean, is there what the fuck else happens in this movie? Like, there's really no plot until like the third act.
I guess.
I think what's important is you've got 3 slackers, 2 girls and a guy. You've got a class princess who is also the daughter of the police chief, who doesn't dress like a police chief. And she's getting fed all kinds of information. So she's like the top of the class. She's a bitch. Everybody fucking hates her. And these are class clowns.
But she's not
They
even
need
that
to graduate. Yeah, no, she's not. She could
They make
be way
her out
worse.
to be like the antagonist or something, but like I was expecting like maybe the police chief or her daughter or whatever is in on this ring or something, but no, there's no like plot twists at all. It's just very straightforward.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but you are led to believe
They ruined it by making it.
Yeah, they did. You're led to believe that the lady that's teaching all the classes could possibly be involved in this.
Yeah.
You know? And then on the other hand, you could look at the police chief and be like, oh, is this an armed and dangerous situation where maybe he knows something, but he's not saying anything because he wants to protect his whatever. No, they're not that clever.
No.
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 Nah.
And by the way, the girl that fucking ends up being the key witness in the underage pornography case,
Yeah.
best actress in the movie.
Yeah.
And that's not saying much.
Yeah, I could see that.
She's got some real emotion.
Yeah, she went method. She really beat the shit out of herself.
She freaked out.
Those black eyes are real.
They probably are.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they cleared as soon as like the plot, quote unquote, the plot is resolved. So are her bruises and everything. They automatically disappear like magically as soon as the end of the movie comes around. It's like it's been a day. You looked fucked up like the 6 hours ago.
Yeah, she's
What was it? So their first busts, they go to this fucking porno movie that they bust on. This doesn't make any sense. So they get a tip from the girl that you're talking about that she's like, oh, I make porno movies and I'm only 16 years old and this is the place. Go bust them up or whatever. And then our Vice Squad goes to porno movie place and infiltrates it. By Leanna Quigley posing as a porn actress, and they make up a fake porno resume, and she's like, I don't do animal stuff, and the guy's like, right here it says you fucked the whole zoo. And then all these sorts of things, but there's no proof whatsoever besides this girl's testimony that they are doing anything illegal.
No, not true. Remember Linnea
besides
Quigley,
the porno files.
Yeah, there's porno files. You know? I don't even know why the hell this place would even have a book out in the middle of on the front desk that just says like, oh yeah, girls 15 years old doing some porno. Like, why would they put that there?
Right?
It makes
what
no
kind
sense.
of operation is this? What kind of scumbag? They're not good scumbags.
Jeez Louise.
I think this was actually made by Cosby's production company.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny thing too is, I can't remember what the hell his name was, but the guy who's like the guy porn star who looks like Flash Gordon from the 80s Flash Gordon movie. He comes in riding his motorcycle, his leather jacket. It looks like some Andrew Dice Clay would wear. And he runs in and he knows he's going to be doing the scene with Linnea Quigley. And Linnea is like all over this hunk, right? Did Linnea Quigley come to think that, oh, hey, by the way, this guy's been screwing underage girls?
Seriously. She has no problem with that.
No, she's definitely got the hots for this pedophile man, Flash Gordon over here. But no, it's okay. It's all right. He gets a pass. He's a good guy.
Because he's a stud and he's ready to fuck.
That was like the only funny part of this movie where they start like rolling film on the movie and they hear like the knock on the door. You're like, who is this? And he just comes through the window like, I'm a horny stud and I'm here to fuck.
It was like a weird version of Pee-wee's Playhouse. Like the cow comes to the window and starts talking.
Yeah, he came through like Jambi. Dude, you know what's funny? It's like when you really look at that guy, like he's supposed to be like a sex symbol in this movie, or at least to Lena Quigley.
Yeah,
he's got a bit of a beer gut. He's wearing these tight leather pants, and I'm just like, man, I don't know, that thing's sticking out pretty fucking far.
He's not your type. We get it.
No, I would never take him home and watch Vice Academy 2.
You wouldn't kidnap him and tie him to your bed for 3 days?
No, we would never Netflix
without
and
food
chill.
or water.
Is that what the kids do these days? They Netflix
I guess
and chill?
so.
Yeah, back in the day, I mom and pop videoed and ate popcorn.
By myself. I just downed a bunch of Crave.
Drinking some Surge.
That we can't bring to school anymore because it looks like drugs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember, like, Jack was like, I got some Crave. Let's watch some movies.
And the teachers knew you had Crave because your tongue had changed the color.
Your tongue's blue. Your tongue's orange, Tupac. You have Crave.
So you go to the water bubbler and you're like trying to wash it off your tongue, but it wouldn't work. So, Linnea Quigley bangs pedophile porno man, and even though they're like, "Oh yes, we're doing it," but no, their clothes are still on, so they didn't really do it. And she's like, "Oh, you're wonderful," and the other people come in after like listening to some royalty-free rock and roll music.
Oh my god, what were they
in the
called?
van.
Oh my god,
they were called
was
like
awful.
the tire rotation
Armpit hair
annihilators or something.
Yeah.
It was like Savage Tire or some shit.
Yeah.
It was awful.
And of course,
severe tire damage.
Yeah.
Tire damage.
Severe tire damage, exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
that's my favorite group. Turn it up.
and of course, like when they're shooting it, they're just dancing to like silence.
Nothing.
And then
Yeah.
they put the music on, and it obviously doesn't match.
It sounds like keyboard guitar.
Yeah. And they finally like, oh wait, no, we forgot that we're doing a sting operation. We gotta go up there with our
This
guns.
severe tire damage song's too good to ignore.
So they go upstairs, they arrest the porno ring, but there's nobody to testify until the girl comes to the. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. Let's go back real quick. The people that were arrested at the beginning of the movie with the drugs, the police chief is right there. All the recruits are right there. And next thing you know, they just like speed walk to the front door and they just walk out and escape. They're like, whatever, we'll get them
She's
later.
like, you let them go, and he's like, don't worry, we'll get them. They're still in the fucking parking lot, dude.
Yeah,
They're handcuffed.
What doesn't make sense is they're sending these kids, these recruits, out in harm's way to go fucking arrest people and bust crimes and all this other shit. But these two fucking guys run through about 8 fucking cadets and make their way out the door. Nobody tried to stop them.
Yeah, the entire class was literally in their way. They had to step aside to let them out.
Nothing.
It's ridiculous.
Not one thing.
And then the crazy thing,
And the cop's just like, meh, we'll get them later.
and not only that, but like the mean lady class teacher she's so fucking evil. At the end of the movie, she literally sends them on a suicide mission, knowing that anybody who's tried to catch the main, the prostitution ring people have all fucking died. And they're like, oh yeah, it's all right. We'll send these guys off to the death. It's okay, great, because I don't really like them because they show up late to my class.
Yeah, that's why I thought they were like, okay, maybe she is in on it. No, she's just a terrible person that has no business teaching law enforcement because she's trying to get children killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that didn't make sense. And you know what? In the beginning, when they do talk about like coming in late to the class, like because the bitchy girl is like giving her shit about coming in late, and they actually say like, oh, well, now you make people notice that we came in late. Well, dude, you sat in the front row.
Yeah, right. It's like you didn't see the couple
you were getting caught either way. There's a lot of fucking plot holes, and I don't fucking get it.
No.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. So, all right. So then afterwards, they go to... Oh, yeah. So the girl, the 15-year-old girl...
ring
shows up and she goes to testify. So that's great. So now they're all like, okay, there's a quota that we have to get. We have to arrest like 10 people. So, hey, there's a bunch of hookers over down at the corner over by the porno shop. Let's go down there.
which is right down the street from where I am right now.
Yeah, right. The Live Nudes Theater. And so the way that they have to get, the way they can arrest the prostitutes is for them to say how much they're worth. So they had to like play these little games for them to just say, I'm a cheap hooker. I only cost $40. And that's it. You're arrested once you say $40.
And then the other girl's like, I'll throw in a continental breakfast.
that was funny.
I thought that was pretty good.
That was good. I'll make you eggs and toast. Yeah.
Scrambled.
Like the other girl's like, all right, listen, I'll throw you in a box of donuts.
Yeah, I got a Thomas's donuts. English muffin for you.
Thomas's makes bagels.
Oh, we're getting the nooks and the crannies.
Oh man! So then they're like, "Hey, let's go to the laundry coin op. There's a ton of hookers over there." Or they're like, "Oh, this coin operated place is a place for a hooker operation." So
there's a big sign that says laundry aids.
Yeah. So
which is like detergent and stuff, I'm assuming, but this is definitely the place for you to get laundry aids.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah.
So they go inside and there's literally like 10 hookers just hanging out. And the guy goes inside like, "Oh, hey, what do I got to do to get a hooker around here?" And one of them goes,
"No, he dresses up as like a sheik with an Indian accent."
That's right. Yeah.
And wow, incredible actor.
It was like Cannonball Run right there, you know?
It was not. It was like
I was thinking the same thing,
right?
Man. That's so funny. Yeah.
So he goes in and
he didn't even like play it up. He like says like, "Oh, hello, I am a sheik or whatever, and I have a lot of money to spend." And then he immediately rips off the thing and pulls out a gun. He's like, "Fuck you!"
He did a terrible. His accent was awful. He didn't even.
It
try.
wasn't even as good as what I just did.
Yeah, at least yours was spectacular.
Thank you.
You should be fucking excited about that. That was good.
It's going on my resume.
Guy from Cannonball Run though was way better.
Yeah. I'm not gonna.
I will
give you some 80 million, so you have petty cash.
It's like we're watching the movie and the girl's like, "Hey, you could have all of us for $150," and we're like,
"That's a good deal.
That's a bargain right there. Where are you gonna find that around here? That's a bargain and a half.
$150. I'd fucking sign up for that.
Looks good. Smells like pussy. Sure, but does it cost?
So
$150.
$150
You must be losing money
to get your laundry aids.
You walk into the bread factory. Oh, smells like yeast in here.
At the mushroom factory.
Zimmerman's dad.
Dirty whores.
And then I like this. There's like this goofball who's like fresh out of the 1950s army who pops in.
Bozo. I thought he was a fucking Boy Scout when I first saw him. I was like, who? This 38-year-old Boy Scout is like trying to get whores.
Poindexter popping in. And he's like just got like a $1, like a crumpled up $1 bill. Like, hey, I was just how much will this dollar get me? You know. And then he gets arrested in a poncho and
a laundry sack.
And
then he hops away.
Well, yeah, like all the girls in the van escape. And then after this,
they kidnap the cops.
Yeah, no.
But Leanna Quigley
that's right.
is
out of nowhere,
not there for some reason.
the van flips over, and they're like, "Gotta get a tow truck." Out of
then
nowhere.
the next shot, it's immediately back upright, like parked where it's supposed to be.
No, it makes no sense.
And they're like, "Let's go to our horror warehouse." Yeah.
Oh God, it's so
sense.
awful.
So
it's just awful.
So they got to go on their final mission, the suicide mission, to go to the ring and find the evil Queen Bee, who is the head of this prostitution ring. So they go to the place and they give Linnea Quigley a couple of undercover items. It's like when we were kids and you see a commercial for like a spy kit, they would give you some stuff. Well, none of that cool shit was in there. And
they give her lipstick that sounds like a police siren and like a talk boy.
Yeah, like a yak back. And
she makes her porno boyfriend say, "This is the police. We have you whores surrounded." Blah 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 blah. And then they just play that, and then the whores freak out. I don't know. I was not paying attention for a lot of this.
Well, this part's super long where the Queen Bee and all the hookers, they just keep walking into the same like little dead end. And you got that stupid goofball like cartoony music the whole time.
Yeah. So wait, so they tied up the cops though. The two cops except for Leanna Quigley.
Yeah. And then they were able to escape when Queen Bee and all the chicks left. And then Linnea Quigley and Flash Gordon popped in and untied him.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the bad guy, who's obviously took a real serious drag right before shooting this with a ponytail, he like shows up with a gun to shoot one of the chicks, and she shows off her boobies to him, and that just does the trick. That's how you immobilize him. Yeah.
Which is very believable.
Oh, yeah.
I think the same thing would happen. Oh God, it's just so fucking bad. There's not one redeeming thing about the fucking movie.
No.
Not even the tits can save it.
You know what? I don't know why, but when I'm watching this movie, it kind of reminded me of, have either of you guys seen the movie Hard to Die?
No.
You gotta see it.
Oh, well, now I do.
Every
if it
chick
reminds you of
see,
Vice Academy, I don't know if I want to see it.
It's very much in the same vein. I think Jim Wynorski did it. You see every chick, you see their boobs, but man, it's like kind of in the same vein where it's just like, oh God, like let it end.
So why should I see it?
Oh, because you got it. You just gotta see it. You just gotta see it. But in any case, it's actually it's Slumber Party Massacre Part 4, believe it or not. But they retitled
that's what
it.
it is?
Yeah, they retitled it to Hard to Die for some reason. So it has very little to do with the movies. But in any case, yeah. So out of fucking nowhere, they're like, "Here, this must be the exit," and the Queen Bee and all of the girls just walk into the back of a van. Not knowing anything about the van, they just walk into the back of the van.
How did they trap them in there?
It makes no sense. And they just close the doors. They take them away, and that was that. And then at the same time, the other people, the Vice Academy people, they walk up. Oh, and the van just happens to still be there, even though it just fucking drove away with all the hookers. It makes fucking no sense. Were the two vans? I don't know.
And it just flipped over nonetheless, so it shouldn't be drivable.
Right.
One would assume.
It makes no sense.
There'd be some body damage at least.
No sense. No sense at all.
And they drive right into graduation.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
In the middle of a park.
They try to be very Stripes at the end of this movie.
Yeah.
But just nowhere. They missed the mark so bad.
Speaking of missed the mark, you watched Off the Mark recently, right?
Yeah,
that movie's fucking worse than this.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
No.
No.
In any case, so then at the very end, they're at the graduation and they're like, oh God, we got to get to graduation time or else we're not going to graduate from Vice Academy. They go to it's like the fucking park and piece of shit movie. So they go to they go to the park. There's like 2 fucking benches where they have the the little motley crew of graduates. Oh, how many graduates? Maybe 20 at best, and they're all wearing these blue gowns. There's no parents. There's nobody else there to help them.
There's no
celebrate.
spectators.
And then you look up at the stage, and there's like some dollar store happy graduation streamers here and there, and so it's like somebody just closed their eyes and and just put them up, tacked them up on the walls with Scotch tape. And literally the only other people that are there is the shitty teacher and the police chief. And that's it. And there's no diplomas anywhere. Nobody's even got a diploma to hand out.
There's nothing. You don't get a badge. It doesn't even really look like they're wearing graduation gowns.
They're
it
like
looks like they're wearing
like hospital
ponchos from
gowns.
Disney.
Yeah.
You know, like you would go to a fucking baseball game and you buy the team poncho.
Yeah.
It's fucking $40 and it's made out of fucking a paper bag. Oh, God, this movie is horrendous.
So they drive up with the van filled with all the hookers, and they think that they're ready to go. But, oh, no, it's only 9 out of 10 people. It's just like at the end of Used Cars. You guys seen Used Cars?
Yeah, I have seen Used Cars.
Fucking amazing movie. Where they're supposed to get a line of cars, and then at the very end, they had to get like one more car in. And, you know, so there's the same thing where they needed one more person to arrest, and then when Flash Gordon, porno man,
he's like, I fucked children. Take me in. And they're like, no, you can't do that because you're handsome.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up, by the way, because I noticed that too. Holy shit.
Unbelievable.
That is fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
Well, they all graduated from Vice Academy. Yay!
What a fucking surprise.
Wow.
Most likely to have a sequel.
Dude, when you watch the first one, right? It's unbelievable that there were 5 more.
I can't.
I don't believe it. I don't know
like,
how.
I feel like I was in a nightmare. I must have took a daydream and I was in a nightmare when you told me that initially.
Yeah. It's like we're in the alternate 1985.
Yeah. I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever that they could have made that many.
You know what? Like, you got to look at it from the perspective of people. Home video was hot. People loved going to rent movies, and they needed to fill the fucking shelves. And that's how things like this were made. And what's great about it is we got to see some, the variety when you would go to the video store. And I'm talking pre-Blockbuster, the shit you could get. You just got anything. And sometimes you got some really good shit, but then you got Vice Academy.
Shit.
Or fucking...
it's a gamble. It's a gamble.
Yeah, or Galactic Gigolo. Or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But what's funny is, like, we've really come, like, we're back to that now because YouTube is the video store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Netflix,
Indiana Travolta exists because of the fucking YouTube.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Although
awful.
I would rather watch Indiana Travolta videos on repeat all day long instead of watch a Vice Academy because Indiana Travolta is good.
Oh God. I hope my parents never see that. My dad's
You mean
like,
they
that's
don't
my
know?
fucking jacket.
You got pizza on my fucking jacket.
What the fuck? I've had that since back in Red Hook in Brooklyn.
Oh God! Well, that was Vice Academy.
I'm so sorry, guys.
So guys, I think the only trivia anybody has to know about this crap is that there was 5 more. That's all that anybody needs to know. So why don't we go over some ratings real quick?
Oh, there's ratings?
All right.
Oh, there's
Who are these
ratings,
fucking
Micah
people?
Rudy. Micah Rudy Tootie.
What is it?
All right, so we're going to
You have both of them, or you want me to get one?
I think I got both of them up here. So what we're gonna do is we are going to look up what we predict the rating. People have rated this on IMDb and Amazon. So we're gonna start with Amazon because that's the first thing I popped up. So let's see here. Oh boy. Okay, so T-Man, out of 5 stars, what do you think that the VHS copy of this movie, granted there's only 7 reviews, What do you think out of 5 stars that this movie got?
1.
All right, you're asking 1. How about you, Mike?
1.
You know what? I'm gonna say that it got 3.
Ooh.
Almost, guys. 4 out of 5
Holy
stars.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Unbelievable. I know.
Wow.
Oh my
Who the
God,
fuck
those are
crazy?
7 of the dumbest people on Amazon.
Let's see, Amazon.
God.
Guilty pleasures. Can't help but like this genre of movies. This is one of my favorite movies. I discovered this movie and the rest in the series by seeing them on the 90s in the USA Up All Night.
Oh, well, he's got it right there.
There you go. An entertaining comedy.
Oh my
Ginger
God.
Lynn Allen
What?
rules in this sexy, sensuous comedy. A must see. She's not even she's barely in the
Sensuous.
fucking movie. She doesn't even show her boobies.
What the fuck are they talking about? This isn't a guilty pleasure.
No.
A guilty pleasure is a Pauly Shore movie.
Yeah.
Not fucking Vice Academy.
Yeah,
All
this
right,
is
here we
just
go,
guilty.
guys. The IMDb rating from 357 rates on it out of 10. So we'll start with
Okay.
you, Mike.
Again, this is out of 10. It's IMDb.
This one's out of 10. Yeah.
All right. 7.
You giving it a 7.
Jesus Christ,
All right.
no
I'm
way.
not giving it a 7. Some
Well, you
some other
think
people
the
are.
internet has given it a 7?
Yes.
Okay.
No
All right.
way.
T-Man, what do you say, my man?
I'll give this one a 3.
Ooh, almost kind of split the difference. A 4.5 out of 10 stars.
Oh, God.
Less than
That's
half.
generous.
That's a little bit
That's
more realistic,
generous.
I think.
All
Well,
right.
you get a better class of people at the IMDb.
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. So anyway, let's do our own ratings over here. So let's see. Out of 10, what? T-Man, what do you think? Out of 10, what? What are we gonna do?
Laundry aids.
Out of 10 laundry aids. There you go. All right, T-Man, what do you think? Out of 10 laundry aids.
Well, let's get our special guests.
All right, everybody.
Opinion, Mike.
Good old Mike from the Video Rangers podcast. Out of how many do you
Laundry
think?
aids.
Laundry aids.
This gets like a 1.5.
Ooh. Why do you give it a 1.5?
Because it's so
Why not a
fucking
0?
bad. Strictly because they put the effort in to like actually, get it on video cassette. Good for them.
That's true.
All right, there you go. How about you, T-Man?
All right, Dane Train.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. All right. I'm gonna give this movie 3 out of 5 laundry aids. I'm sorry, 3 out of 10. No, 3 out of 5 would be
Yeah,
okay.
I'm about to
So
say.
sorry.
I was
You gave
like,
it
oh,
6.
shit.
3
6
out of
laundry
10.
aids.
3 out of 10 laundry aids. And I say that because kind of the same thing where at least like this movie wasn't at like I've seen some movies that are like terror tunes that are just like insanely painful to watch. This movie to
Terror
me
Toons is a good movie.
no. This movie or Dorf on Golf. This movie to me was
Dorf on
not
Golf is
super
not a good
painful to
movie.
watch. I enjoyed seeing that one. I enjoyed seeing the party hats that I saw. So like 2 jokes made me laugh. So A for effort right there. So in some cases it wasn't as ridiculously painful to watch as some other movies that we've seen. So yeah, I give it 3 out of 10. So
Yeah.
There you go.
I think I'd rather have laundry aids than give this movie laundry aids.
Whoa, crazy.
But yeah, I think I would have to agree. I think a 3 is a decent answer. It's no Computer Beach Party.
Oh,
Which
Christ.
is like barely watchable.
I give a negative 10,000 out of 10.
Yeah. So like this gets 3 because there's boobies and it wasn't super like you said, it wasn't painful to watch. It wasn't great to watch.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I've seen worse.
Oh yeah.
So grading on a scale of all the movies we've seen, it gets a 3.
Would you rewind the tape?
No.
Me neither.
No.
Me neither.
Sell it. Put it on.
Yep.
Put it on Craigslist. Unrewound. 99-cent fee if you want me to rewind it.
It does have a sticker on it that's $1 charge if the tape is not rewound.
That's right.
So there you have it,
I'll
folks.
pay that $1. I'll gladly pay $1 not to rewind this tape.
There you go. I think
Would one of you guys? Would you watch the second one though?
I want to watch all of them.
Jeez, I don't know.
See, I don't know, man.
The curiosity factor is like,
I mean, you just
maybe
said
they got better.
You said you think that at least the director says that they got better, right?
Apparently, he said that his Vice Academy series showed less nudity than other movies at the same time. And
why the fuck would I want to watch it?
I know, and did better in the sales. Now, I know Lena Quigley shows up in the second one. I know the girl that plays Holly is in the first three.
Ginger Lynn?
Yeah, and the lady that plays the bitchy teacher, she's in 5 out of 6 of them.
Gotcha.
I don't know what her role could. I guess she's fucking Lassard, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'm okay not watching those.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You know, when I really think about it, I've watched some pretty awful stuff. I might as well fucking keep it going.
I'll tell you what, Mikester, you and me, my man, we could watch those movies together. If either one of us finds any, actually, I think KevBot has number 4 because last year he and I went to a VHS swap down in Connecticut called Magnetic Fest, which is happening this June, which I'm planning on attending. Nice. I'm already getting myself signed up for a table, so I'll be there. Hopefully KevBot will be there. And if I recall, I think he picked up Vice Academy 4. And I remember him telling me days later, he goes, "Oh man, I watched Vice Academy 4 and I think it's a legit porno, and because there's actually porno people in here. Like, I don't know if this is a legit movie or not. And now I know, you know?
Oh, man.
So, crazy. So, there you have it, everybody. Vice Academy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, don't be sorry. I think that was a great experience.
Oh, God.
What up?
Next, we got to do something fucking better next time.
You know what, dude? You know, I got to tell you something about your show, dude.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you how to run a podcast.
Let me tell you something, brother. I obviously I love listening to your show. You guys crack me the hell up all the time. And every time, obviously we just did an episode right now. And before this, I kept thinking of all these other episodes that I think would be really good for us to do. And then you go and you do them on your show. I'm like, fuck, you just did it. I gotta go do something else. Like, for instance, Cool as Ice. I've been dying to watch that goddamn movie forever. And,
oh my God,
and then
that
you just
movie.
did it. I was like, oh God, I wanted to do that with you, you know?
Oh, dude, you know what though? I mean, honestly, man, everybody is into this stuff. We could totally do it one of these on your show or something, and that's fine with me, man. I don't fucking care. I love talking about this stuff because this is the stuff. I don't know why I have this attachment to all this shit that I watched a million times growing up. And, you know, I have friends that look at me like, dude, you spend your whole life watching the worst shit ever. And I'm like, listen, and they're like, the worst part is that people think that just because I'll watch Cool as Ice, that I think it's a legitimate good movie.
I think Cool as Ice is an entertaining movie for sure. I think everyone should see Cool as Ice.
Well, according to the podcast, you guys didn't like it at all.
No, I don't. I like the nostalgia factor, but I could never in good conscience tell somebody that Cool as Ice is a fantastic piece of film and that you should put it up there with Shawshank Redemption. You know,
disagree. Strong disagree. Well, no.
I mean, his hair looks great. He's the James Dean of 1991.
He's got a sweet jacket. He
Yes, he
fixes
does.
motorcycles.
Even better motorcycle. He's suave.
He
He's got
hangs out
knows
with
how to
old
talk to the
people that
ladies.
live in a cartoon house.
Yeah, it's like that movie is so MTV, man.
There's a kidnapping. Yeah. It's a very long music video.
Yeah, it's shot. The guy that directed that was a music video guy.
Yeah.
And it shows.
Yep. Oh man. Have you never seen Cool as Ice, Dan?
No. I want to see it in the worst
oh,
way.
I
you're in
think
for
it's
a
on
treat,
Amazon
man.
Prime if you have that.
Ooh, I
So
do.
definitely fucking watch it. I would love to have
Prime
that
is-
on tape.
Prime is great for some of these
Weird-ass movies,
rare kind of movies.
Yeah,
man.
there's a lot of shit that's hard to come by that's on there. Like on the last episode that we just did with Retro Dad Video / Full Moon Nightmare, I was saying how like there's like a bunch of like Full Moon did a line of kids movies called Moonbeam. A ton of them are up on Amazon Prime right now, and you don't have to subscribe to Full Moon streaming to watch them. Like this is shit
awesome.
that like you can't find. You know what I mean?
No, like they've got Savage Streets.
Yeah, right.
Savage Streets is really hard to come by.
Yeah.
Like even if you want to go like the DVD or Blu-ray route, like it's out of print.
Yeah, I have a tape of it with the bottom flap that's still intact, and
Oh, nice.
it's I mean that's like like a lot of people haven't seen it, want to see it, and it's like you said, like it's hard to come by these days, you know?
Yeah, that's a Lena Quigley movie that I can get behind.
Because you see full nudity of Linnea Quigley, although it's not good because it's a rape scene and it's hard to watch.
It is a rape
so.
scene,
God.
but it's a top-notch rape
You were
scene.
so excited for a second. You're like, whoa.
That movie,
Backtrack.
hey, that movie.
Well, she had a rape scene in this movie. She raped a dude.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, she did. Little reversal.
Although you know what? Okay, one thing I didn't mention about this movie that's interesting is like, there's a part,
Vice Academy?
Vice Academy, yeah, where they do like a makeup scene and they like smear all this lipstick all over Linnea Quigley, and she looked exactly like she did in Night of the Demons. So I was like, did they do that on purpose?
They
I
pulled
don't know.
the lipstick out of her nipple.
Yeah.
So, hey, Mr. Ranger.
Yes, sir.
I see you've got some tapes behind you on the shelf there. What is your favorite tape
Super
that you
Nintendo.
own? This is a question I like to ask our guests. What is your favorite tape?
It better be
My
Hamburger the
favorite-
Motion Picture.
You know that's what it is. Actually, that is the
There you
favorite
go.
tape I own.
Yeah.
And you know, there's a couple other ones that I really like, but that's the one. I think that's probably the rarest tape I own. I don't really have a whole lot of crazy stuff. Yeah, that would be it. You know, that, and I really like Stewardess School. Not so much the movie, but the cover. Really like that
I
one.
haven't seen
Sometimes
the movie.
that's all you need.
I've been on the hunt for that one for a long time. But if you tell me the movie sucks, then there you go.
Yeah, it's not. It's worth a watch, especially if you like that type. that whole era of wacky slacker school police academy kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that's really good. But before Hamburger the Motion Picture, my prized possession was Meatballs 2.
Yeah, hands
That's a good
down,
one.
two
That's
of my
a good
favorite
one.
tapes I own. I'll be buried
Yeah.
with those tapes. I love them to death.
Yeah, I own Meatballs 2 on 3 formats.
Holy
and you got a
shit.
poster.
I've got it. Yeah, I've got it on VHS. I've got it on Laserdisc, and I got it on DVD.
There you go. I got
Maybe
2
you'll
out
have
of the
to
3.
come back because Meatballs 2 is coming up this summer
Oh,
for sure,
Nice,
right?
dude.
Yeah,
you guys
dude,
should totally
you
Because
gotta
we did
come back for
Meatballs
that.
3 last summer.
Dude, I'd love
So-
talking Meatballs too, because
All
it's
right.
fucking. Everybody grew up seeing it because it played on fucking Comedy Central so
Yeah.
much.
That's when we
Yeah.
first saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Way
Like
back
9
then.
in the morning, it's on. Why?
Gotta kill some time.
Oh man. One thing real quick too is I know you're a
Yeah.
big video game guy too, like retro game guy, and we are too. And I know that like us, you also grew up with the Sega Saturn.
Yes, I did.
I know
Yes, I did.
I know you're a big
Nice.
Sega Saturn guy too.
I am, man. I wasn't at the time. You know,
Oh,
when,
really?
Mr. Big Shot got a phone call.
yeah.
Yes, you
when I
did. Is that the office?
It's the office phone. Hello.
oh look at
Tell him
that.
to shut up. We're doing a podcast here.
I remember when I got my Sega Saturn, I saved up I think it was like $400.
Holy shit.
You know, and I had a stack of quarters and I would roll them up all the time, and and my dad told me that if I paid for the system, he would buy me a couple games.
Yeah.
So I went and I got it, and I remember being in Software Etc. and the guy telling me that I should really buy a Sony PlayStation.
Oh, fuck that
And-
guy.
And I was like, nah, dude. I was like, Sony makes fucking CD players. When we get a fucking Sega.
Yeah, I don't want a Walkman.
And the problem with the Sega Saturn is you didn't
Nothing.
know.
It was perfect.
You didn't know what was good at the time. You
That's
just
true.
bought everything. You didn't have the internet to. I mean, the internet was still in its early stage. I had one friend that had fucking the internet, and he went on it to watch fucking MTV Scroll on the bottom.
Yeah.
You know, like
I go over
There
to
was
T-Man's
Tips and
house.
Tricks magazine.
Yeah.
That's what I
go to T-Man's house and we'd be like, hey, can we like not use the phone because we have to go online to get Turok Dinosaur Hunter cheat codes.
oh yeah, man. But I love my Sega Saturn now because now I can pick and choose what is actually worth spending my money on.
Yeah.
What was your favorite game?
At the time, it was actually Resident Evil for the Sega Saturn.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was my favorite at the time. Me and my friend would rent it from the local video store, and we would sleep over each other's houses for the weekend because we were the only two kids in the neighborhood that had a Sega Saturn.
Yeah.
Everybody else had a PlayStation.
Yeah. Like nobody had that and Sega CD. Like nobody had.
No,
Yeah.
and I recently got a Sega CD
no
about
shit.
Cool.
about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. You gotta
Finally,
play some
after
Street Shark,
years.
dude.
Sewer Sharks.
I got Sewer Shark. I got
Sewer Shark. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really trying to get a copy of Night Trap.
I don't know what that is.
I used to have for Sega Saturn. I don't have it anymore, but I used to have the other Night Trap S game that has Corey Haim in it.
Yes, I have that Double Switch.
Double Switch. The game is so fucking hard. I was like, fuck this game. So I went and I traded it
it's
over to
terrible.
the local comic book store. Wish I didn't do it. I wish I still had it. But I mean, this is like way back when.
Oh, dude, it's a fairly cheap one. I think you can get it for like less than $20 on
Oh,
the
wow.
Saturn. But I have it for the Saturn and the Sega CD.
Oh, nice.
I don't play it at all though. I suck at it.
It's fucking hard, man.
Yeah, most of those games are. I
They're
have
wicked
like
hard.
I've got almost a full Sega 32X library.
Yeah.
They're the worst games ever. They're the worst.
Do you like I think probably my favorite Saturn game is probably Panzer Dragoon 2.
It's
that's
so
a good one.
good.
Awesome.
It's
That's
so
a really good one. Yeah,
So good.
that one's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I have a copy of that. Yeah.
I think
you got to play Deep Fear, man.
Dude, Christ. Well, like, dude, you can't fucking find the game. It's so hard.
Dude, I bought an import.
Yeah.
From Japan. I paid $40 for it, and honestly, the whole thing, all the voice acting and shit is all in English.
Oh.
It's only the text that's in Japanese.
So how the hell do you play the game if you can't read the text?
Because a lot of it has to do with going to room numbers and floor levels.
Yeah.
And when it comes to that, they actually use like regular numbers.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
So I was able to kind of watch a walkthrough and fumble my way through it.
Nice.
And the voice acting is fucking amazing.
I've watched a whole thing of it up on YouTube, and that game
then
is
you don't
insane.
need to buy it.
There's,
You're good
there's
then.
two games that I wish I owned, but of course, in today's day and age, you just go online and watch. Like it's this. So there's, I know I've talked to you about this before, but Deep Fear on Sega Saturn and Hell Knight on PSX. I don't call it PS1. I like to call it because that's what it was back in the day. You call it PSX. And Hell Knight is another survival horror game that also did not come out to the States. And it's like right up my alley. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I've never even heard of that one. That one I'm gonna check
go
that
up
out.
on YouTube, man. Hell Knight on PSX. It's I mean, I don't know. I guess it's kind of an acquired taste, but it's definitely my cup of tea. Like if you're into like Echo Knight, that kind of shit, you might dig it. But yeah, I don't know if I ever mentioned it. I collect a lot of horror games. I'm really into like the Clock Tower series and Fatal Frame and Siren. Echo Knight Beyond. I love that crap. You know what I mean?
I love a good survival horror game, but I've mostly played the Resident Evils and the Silent Hills.
Oh yeah, I'm a mega big fan of all that stuff too. And I remember, so going to T-Man's house a million years ago, playing Resident Evil 1 for the first time
that
ever.
That game was scary.
Oh well,
Yeah,
dude,
It was scary as a little kid.
we stayed up all night, and it's the morning.
On the little, like the TV's like 10 inches or something.
We stayed up all night so we could watch Tales from the Crypt, and we were very disappointed because it wasn't fucking scary at all. And it's the next morning, and you're like taking a nap, and I'm awake, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? So I start playing, and I'm like, I've never played Resident Evil before, so I played it, and I didn't know what the fuck tank controls were. I didn't know how to do jack shit. and I died from because I didn't know how to like fire the gun. I was playing as Chris Redfield. I couldn't fire the gun. I couldn't like stab with the knife, and the fucking zombie killed me. And I was like, what the fuck? And then like I don't know, maybe a couple of years later, I got a N64 and I got Resident Evil 2 on N64 for Christmas. And fucking fell in love with the game, and then after that, that was that. So,
love Resident Evil. Resident Evil 2 is my favorite in the series.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm really happy that Capcom is gonna like do like a remake, like an HD remake of that.
Yeah,
I can't wait till that comes out.
I hope they make it like the remake of number 1 because that game was
because
really
that came
good.
out really good.
Yeah,
that looks really good. Yeah, I hope they do the same thing.
Yeah.
I just want to remake. I think it was Acclaim. I don't know who made it, but Alien Trilogy on Sega Saturn. If you've ever
that's
played
another
that,
one, man.
Dude,
that
seriously.
game is so fucking good.
Oh,
it's
my
like
God.
one of the only good Alien games.
Oh yeah, that game is priceless. How fucking good it is.
So good, and it was scary too.
Oh yeah, and the soundtrack and everything was just like so good.
Yeah.
So, oh man. All right. Well, I guess that's enough video game and other movie talk for one thing. So yeah, Mike, we gotta get you back on for some more stuff here, dude. Definitely.
Yeah, Meatballs 2 this summer. Let's do it.
Absolutely, man.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. So there we go.
Yeah, man.
All right, T-Man, you wanna take us out of the?
Well, you wanna give us a plug for where can we listen to the Video Rangers, and if you have any other shit you want to plug.
Well, you can listen to us, wherever you can find a podcast. Your Apple podcast or your.
If you're listening to a podcast, listen here.
Yeah. And we're also on poopculture.com.
Nice.
We're part of the PCEU. But yeah, like you could find us. We're there.
Cool.
Most people don't. Our downloads are terrible.
I doubt that.
We're at a solid 4 listeners.
Well, you know what, dude? Okay, us being podcasters too. Just real quick, it's almost weird to think of how much can you trust those numbers and the stats, because typically when I listen to podcasts, I listen to them when I'm at work. So I just bring up the browser on like Lisbon or wherever, you know what I mean? And I just play it right off the browser. So I don't physically download like the MP3 and like put it on like in my car when I'm driving in a commute. So I'm usually listening to it while I'm doing when I'm at work or whatever, or I'm like cleaning shit in the house and I have it on my computer on my laptop, and I just play it straight from the thing. So it's almost same thing with us. So like, yeah, we'll get whatever, like 100 or so on each episode, but is that just downloads? Is that people listening to it on the browser? We don't know. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I know like some companies are trying to define what exactly is a download, and they're trying to separate it into downloads and streams. Really, all that stuff doesn't matter, because like we never thought one fucking person was ever going to listen to us. We strictly said, too. Yeah, we just decided. I remember because Chris had been trying to do a podcast for a long time. We were roommates for a while, and he was like, "Oh, we should do a podcast." And I was like, "Dude, I don't know how to do a podcast. I don't know how to edit anything. I don't know how much the mics cost. I had no fucking idea." But the whole point was like, let's just do what we do all the time when we're just sitting there watching movies and bullshitting.
That's exactly what happened here.
And that's why I like your guys' show, because that's exactly what you're doing. You're not trying to be fucking smart. You're not educating anybody on the movie. That's
hardly.
Like we say it all the time. We're no experts on this matter. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about. We're just two guys that drank way too many beers, looking way too far into anything. It's awful.
Yeah, that's what makes your show great too, because you're just guys. You're not like putting on some like, well, hey, welcome to the Video Rangers podcast, and this is where we're like. You're not like some fake like bullshit artist trying to like put on some like podcast persona, like a shitty DJ or something like that.
No, dude, we're just a couple of dicks.
Just a couple
Just a
of
couple
dicks.
of
Well,
Hanging out.
this is just us being us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hanging out as friends. And that's how it should be. I mean, not that I'm going to point fingers or anything, but yeah, once in a while there's a podcast out there where I feel like they're trying too hard to like be in your face and you know, and whatever, just trying to like get your attention and are trying too hard to be funny. It's like, you know, just be yourself, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's what works, man. I mean, anytime and people know, you can always pick up on when people are trying way too hard. So we at the Video Rangers podcast try very hard to not
we try
at all.
as little as possible.
You know, like to me, like we just kind of going back to the numbers, like the numbers don't mean a whole lot to me.
No,
because
not really.
To me, it's just a good excuse to see my friends and kind of shoot the breeze and have a couple of laughs. For
Yeah,
a couple
especially
of
now
hours.
since we're on completely different sides of the country. We still get to hang out like every week or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, it's just it's just that comfort. And if I have every once in a blue moon, somebody on Instagram or somebody shoots us an email and says, "Hey, I like your show," that's great. Like that makes my day. If one person,
Absolutely.
you know, and it doesn't happen often, but once in a blue moon, somebody shoots us a private message or a comment or a thing, and they just say, "Hey, I like your show. It's good stuff." Great. I'm happy as hell. Great. If somebody's getting a kick out of it, awesome. You know? I don't know why the hell they're listening. I don't know what the hell you enjoy about it, but hey,
What's
great.
wrong with
you
you
know?
people?
Especially me farting and burping all the time, you know? But hey.
I'm proud that you got all your burps out while watching the movie this time.
Yeah, I know. Yelling at me. Don't burp on the show. It's annoying. I don't like it.
so loud.
Dude,
Stop
me
it.
and Chris had the same conversation, man. That's so funny. He yelled at me once for burping, and I was like, "Oh," and then I started listening back. I was like, "Oh, maybe he's right."
Well, you know, it's just funny too, because like on the Terror Tunes episode, I was like off the rails for I don't know what reason, and I felt like so embarrassed, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do the show anymore. I don't, you know, I feel so stupid. I feel like such a dweeb. And then
What?
I was talking to my
You were gonna quit the show because you burped during Terror Tunes?
no, dude, I don't know what the hell was going on with me
I
at Terror
think you
Tunes.
just hated the movie so much you
So-
could only express it via gaseal
Well,
discharge.
like, you know, I'm talking to some of my friends, and they're like, dude, that's just, you know, you're just having fun. Like, don't think anything of it. These people don't know you. So, hey, and if people are enjoying it, like, great. And one of our fans who was on one of our shows said, hey, it was like his favorite episode that we ever did. So I'm like, okay,
Really?
great. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it funny how that works out? The episodes that you think are the worst are the ones
Yeah.
that get like the best responses.
You
like,
always admit it too. Like you post an episode, like you knew it. You post an episode and you're like, sorry guys,
Oh,
this episode sucks.
let me tell you something.
Oh, yeah,
the episode. Yeah, we just did that. We did Whitewater Summer, and it was Santa Crump Rangers like farewell because he's moving to the West Coast. He's moving to Portland.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, you know, like so we had him come, and then we had like two of our other friends come, and it was just a little chaotic. We had about five people in one room and 4 mics pointing in each direction, so it didn't sound that great. But if you grew up with us and you heard that conversation, you had to be laughing your balls off, man, because it was just like that's what it was like to hang out in a room with us. Is just like, but it wasn't very good podcasting, unfortunately.
Oh man. Well, you know, that's the thing is as long as you're doing it for a purpose. I mean, neither of us do this for money or what. I mean, we
We
just
don't do it for the girls or the drugs or the money.
The party
we
hats.
have all of those things in droves due to the podcast success and our pectoral muscles. But we do it for the love of shitty movies that aren't on DVD.
what hanging out with your best friends, eating
Eating
some
some
lousy
junk
movie,
food.
eating some shitty food, watching some lousy movies because that's the
Yeah.
best thing in life. You know,
That's what it's all about,
Yeah.
man. It's just, and that's why why we started doing it. I think on the very first episode of the Video Rangers, that's what Chris said to everybody. It was like, I get to hang out with my friend for a couple hours and talk about these movies that my wife won't watch with me. You know, my wife knows when when I'm watching something for the podcast. If there's multiple tits on the screen, she knows this isn't this night's romantic comedy.
Oh God.
Well, you heard it from the mouth of Mike Ranger, Dane Train, and me, Topher Hansen. You are now one of our friends to watch some shitty movies and eat some shitty food. So, with that being said, we watched Vice Academy and it sucked balls. And I have been Topher Hansen. With me, as always, is
Dane Train.
And our special guests.
Hey, how you doing there? It's Indiana Travolta, and we just watched Vice Academy. Oh, I gotta take a Pepto.
I gotta take a Pepto too.
No, seriously though, thank you guys for having me on.
Thank
I've
you
been
for
wanting to do
being
this
on.
for a
Pleasure,
while.
dude. Absolutely.
Thank you. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
All right, so go listen to the Video Rangers podcast immediately after listening to this, and please be kind and rewind.